I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Andre Garrison is suing Dalton Garrison in the amount of $4,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may all be seated.
Mr. Garrison claims his half-brother's new gym was struggling, so he loaned him money to help keep it afloat and says he hasn't been paid back.
State your name, sir.
Andre Garrison.
Sir.
Dalton Garrison.
All right, and Mr. Garrison, you're suing Mr. Garrison for $4,000 for a breach of contract on the repayment of a loan?
Yes, sir.
All right. You all brothers or what?
Half brothers.
Half brothers. We got the same mother.
What does that mean, half?
He got a different father, I got a different father too.
You all grew up in the same household?
Yes, sir. For a minute and
Now, step is what?
Step.
Step brother. How does he be? What would have to have occurred for him to be your step brother? Maybe you know. That's a mathematical concept I can't figure out.
No blood relation. You know, somebody coming into
marry your mother.
And then marry the mother.
You're right. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what I mix up sometimes between step and half.
Yeah.
All right, y'all need to cut that half out.
Cut the half.
All right. Why are you suing your brother?
I loaned
It wasn't a loan.
my brother.
Have you all always gotten along? Let's start there.
We had a good relationship, and we spent a little time apart from each other, but I
you
feel
all
they
grew
can
up in
do
the same
better.
household until age what?
At age 22, I ended up having to do some time in prison. I caught 20 years for a murder charge in prison, and yeah, it was a situation.
You caught it in prison?
Well, I caught it on the streets, sir. It was this time I was away from my brother. I was 22 years old. He was only 12. We're 10 years apart.
Yeah.
I did my time. Paid my debt to society, and yeah, it was an unfortunate incident.
Yeah. How long you been home?
I did 15 years in, and I had 5 years on the probation. So I've been home like 7 years.
What have you been doing?
I moved in with my brother for to get back on my feet. He did let me come back and stay with him. Other
Did you
than
get on your feet? It's been 7 years.
I work. I'm in construction.
That's what I'm
I'm in construction, and
How long you been doing that?
I've been doing it all my life since I was a youngin'.
What have you done for your career though, or take care of yourself for those 7 years? First year, what did you do?
I could been staying sober since I've been out.
How did you take care of yourself the first year you out?
Yes,
I took care of him, Your Honor.
How about the second year?
I found a job, and
Okay.
and I've been trying to get back on track.
I hear all that. Let's go over what you did. You keep
Consistency.
You keep thinking that it's focused on you. I don't care.
Yeah.
I care about the people who need to know what you did.
I kept
you
going.
straight. I want to know what you did to stay straight.
I kept going. I kept going out with all the setbacks.
Maybe you can tell me about
Well,
your
Your Honor,
brother's
the
life.
first about year, I took care of him. He slept at my house. The second year, I helped him get a job.
How?
I helped him get a job because I'm a business owner and I know a few people.
What type of job?
I helped him get a job with lawn care.
Okay. How long did he keep that?
He still has it.
All right.
He still
and
has
the
it.
construction is just a second job.
It's something that he's always
so
done.
So he found some people to hire him, and he has been consistently employed.
He has.
And he has a skill to go with it, whether it's
does.
landscaping experience or construction.
Correct.
All right. That was very easy. See how easy that was? So you all brothers and sisters who don't think you have a life after you come from prison, here's a man that was convicted and served time for murder and came out and within 1 year was productive and has remained productive and able to take care of himself ever since. Just want to use you as an example. All right?
Thank you,
and
sir.
please start using yourself as an example to others. All right, sir. Tell me what happened here that caused you to sue your brother.
You know, we had a get together with the family, and we went over to Uncle's Bill house, and he put something on the grill, and I seen my brother there. He was telling me about the business venture he had. Your Honor, I just came into a lawsuit, and I came upon a little money. Like you said, my brother have been there for me in the past, and I ain't been there so much with him, and I'm trying to do what I can for him too, the little bit I can. So my brother was mentioning about the business, and he asked me to loan him $4,000.
I did not ask you to loan me no money. Don't sit here and tell falsehoods.
Hey, let him finish, and then you can tell your side.
He talked, and I listened.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
I said loan.
Hold on, sir.
I said, well, if you can give me that, I appreciate it, and I'll take it. If I needed a loan, I go to the Bank of America. I ain't going to Bank of Dre.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Andre Garrison, who is suing his half-brother Dalton Garrison for breach of contract.
I loaned my brother $4,000.
No money.
You know, $4,000 is not easy to come by, and it's just tight with me right now with finances and all kind of things.
How much rent did you pay when you lived with him, and the room and board and the food and all that?
Free 99.
Pardon?
Free 99. He didn't pay no rent.
Well, Your Honor,
You stayed with your brother.
Got
Hold on,
food.
sir.
Yeah.
You stayed with your brother for an entire year and didn't give him any money?
I contribute. It was a collaboration. And
where were you working? It's not funny.
No,
Why
it's
you
not
laughing?
funny, but I received public
Because you're not
assistance.
coming across as a person that deserves any respect.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you some respect from the viewers.
Yeah.
And I know from prison, the street, and all that, the biggest thing is respect, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Biggest
respect you yet.
Well,
so I'm trying to be able to respect you.
Yeah.
Remember, that's how we go. If you disrespect me, we got a problem. I'm ready to fight. Better not disrespect me. I want to keep my reputation. I don't respect you. So please help me respect you. How much did you give your brother when you were living with him for that year? Now, years later, you want to sue him for $4,000. I want to know what you contributed. You say you contributed $4,000 or more.
It was something in that range. I contributed a lot with the food that was in the house.
Where were you working?
And I took care of the house. I did some
Where
lawn
were you
work.
working?
Construction.
All right, so why couldn't you get your own place after a month or two?
Well,
Construction jobs pay well.
I had fines and stuff, and I was on probation when I first got out. So that was me trying to handle that.
Okay.
Get that
Why
out
didn't
the
you
way.
pay him a full rent then? Not just contribute now and then.
My brother told me he would allow me to stay there, and
Free?
it went
Free?
He didn't say exactly, but it went all of a sudden. It went down to 3 to 5 months. When I came to stay with him, he didn't tell me no time limit.
I know, and he didn't tell you a rent price.
No, he didn't.
But now you want to sue him. That's the
Your
part
Honor,
I'm getting
when
to.
my
He
brother-
didn't even ask you for a dime. You stayed with him for a year. You didn't give him anything, and he didn't ask you for a dime. And the thanks that he gets is years later, you sue him for $4,000 that you claim he owes you.
I think it helped with his business to go along. He drive
What
around.
business? Which business?
Which business?
Go ahead,
tell
sir.
him.
You tell me what's
Look,
going
Your
on
Honor,
here.
when he first came home, I understand. My brother's been locked up for over 15 years. It's going to be hard for him to get a job. I got a place, I got a family, I'm trying to look out. So the first few months, I just wanted him to get on his feet and to be able to start establishing himself some roots. So I didn't charge him any money. But as time went on, this is a grown man. He using electricity, he using hot water.
Sitting there watching cartoons at home.
That stuff costs money.
Eating everything
so I
in
told
the
him, you're going to have
refrigerator.
to start paying some rent and contributing to utilities. And while he's still living with me, I come home after a hard day's work and I find a crack pipe in my game room that my son found. So yeah, after that, that's when he had to go.
Did you become a crackhead after you left prison? Let me ask you a question, sir, and answer it.
Yes.
Did you become a crackhead after you left prison?
No, sir.
You've never been a crackhead?
No, never. I don't know where the
crack pipe was
allegation
it?
came from. I don't know. That's your house, bro.
I I don't care
know.
if it was the
Yeah.
pipe Richard Pryor smoked when he set himself on fire.
Yeah.
I've been living that house my whole life, and now all of a sudden it's a crack pipe there. I'd have had that happen till you came.
What I've been through, bro, I would never disrespect your house like that. Coming into the house when I know my little nephew is there and
you
everything.
disrespected him totally when he took care of you while you were working. You are a grown man, like you said. Just because he didn't request for a specific amount of rent, you should have said, here, bruh, I'm going to give you a couple $100 a month now that I'm working. You did nothing.
I contribute. And Judge, is there something wrong with asking for help when you need it?
Yeah, if you're a grown man and you can work and you're working. Yes, yes it is. Tell me about this. He said he loaned you money for a business unknown to him.
Okay, so I got myself car wash. You just drive up, do it yourself.
Now, I've been thinking about getting a few of those.
You got to get you one, Judge. After
Seriously?
a little bit,
it turn over because that's
there you
a
go.
good business.
So my big thing is fitness. I've always been into working out, and so I got me a gym. Now the first 12 to 24 months of a gym is hard to turn a profit. So while we were at Uncle Bill's, we just, talking amongst each other. He asking me how things going. And I said, right now it's been a little tight because the gym hasn't started turning over the money that I was expecting. A few days later, he texted me saying, yo, I can't give you that much that you was talking about, but I can give you this.
$4,000.
Give. Didn't say loan, said give.
No,
so I'm like, all right.
I said loan.
Hold on, sir.
I said, well, if you can give me that, I appreciate it and I'll take it. If I needed a loan, I go to the Bank of America. I ain't going to Bank of Dre. That's my brother. He just should be giving it to me if he got it.
I'd be on to something and you have collateral, so the bank can give you some money because you got the machine.
I have a track record that shows that I am reliable.
Business.
Thank you. So he zelled me the money. I used the money for my business, and now we are slowly starting.
When did he come back and ask and turn it into a loan? How long after he gave you the money did he come back and say it was a loan?
I want to say somewhere between 6 to 9 months.
6 to 9 months.
Coming up,
Usually when somebody loans money, they say, I'm gonna need it back in 6 months. Was it 6 months? Was it 1 year? When did you require him to pay you? This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Andre Garrison, who is suing his half-brother Dalton Garrison for breach of contract.
How long was the loan to be for? Usually if it's a loan, you say, when are you gonna pay me back?
Respectably,
And then
respectably.
give, sir, please let me finish. The deadline was, usually when somebody loans money, they say, I'm gonna need it back in 6 months. Was it 6 months? Was it 1 year? When did you require him to pay you?
I thought it was going to be understandable, but that it'd be back in a fairly manageable time limit. And it's been a year, and it wasn't but $4,000. And he driving around here in a big boy Mercedes and stuff, and he got it.
Since the $4,000, he bought a big box Mercedes.
S-Class.
He bought a new Mercedes.
Yes, and it ain't cheap.
And didn't give you any money.
No.
Even if it was a gift, sir. Why you take your brother's gift and buy a big box Mercedes
A big
when
body,
you needed money for your car, your business?
He gave me $4,000.
I know, but why? I'm just curious. You said you're the one told me you needed it for your business
for
at that
my
time.
business, yes.
So the business turned a profit since then?
I did not, yes, Your Honor. I said it takes gyms 12 to 24 months before they turn a profit.
Take most companies 3 years, but go ahead.
So,
that's a poor
$4,000
business practice. I like you. You're doing the right thing. I really admire you. But running off and instead of investing your money back in the business, you're going to get big houses. You're going to the steak houses. Take the money, put it back in the business, and buy you another car wash.
Coming up,
He wanted $8,000. I told him I couldn't do that much because of my situation. And it's in the text messages right here.
He asked you for $8,000 in that text message.
Yes.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with a case of Andre Garrison, who is suing his half-brother Dalton Garrison for breach of contract.
I'm just giving you some advice. I'm probably exaggerating and kidding with you a little bit, making money instead of investing it, you go get a Cadillac. That's the stereotype
Your
they have
Honor,
of black businessmen. So I'm playing with that, but
I
go
already
ahead.
had a Mercedes.
Okay.
It was time to get something else. However, I didn't get that something else until my business started doing well. I didn't just take the $4,000 and then the next time he see
How
me
many
a
car
week
washes
later.
you have?
I only have one, Your Honor.
See, and if you didn't buy the Mercedes, you could get a loan to buy another car wash and pay that car wash note. Instead, you'll go get a loan or a lease or buy it outright. I hope you didn't. And
I did
spend
not.
it on a car. That's all. Just giving you a little
Well,
insight.
instead
and
of getting
education.
another car wash,
And I
that's
ain't even
why I
rode
went.
in the car,
That's
yeah.
why I went to get the gym.
All right, you could have gotten a second gym then. All right. How do I know it was an agreement to repay you?
It was a verbal.
You have any? Nothing?
I got
you a verbal loan.
I got some text messages. I got some
Damn.
evidence.
I got
right
some
quick.
too.
What do you have? Well, hold
Yeah, this
on.
is
Don't
real.
just give me a stack. Hold on, Amir. Give it back to him. What is it you want me? You're going to show? Am I going to see in that?
I have some text messages on when I was checking on him and stuff. And
Checking on him in what way?
And after we came from the cookout, I texted him and asked him how could I be a help to him and what I needed to do. And I agreed. He wanted $8,000. I told him I couldn't do that much because of my situation. It's in the text messages right here.
He asked you for $8,000 in that text message.
Yes.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. Sir, you say you never asked him for money.
Sir, I got text messages too.
Okay. What does yours say?
I know you were looking to borrow $8,000 at Uncle Bill's. I can't even tell you how much your generosity
No.
helps.
You should have corrected him. He was wrong, wasn't he? When he said you asked to borrow 8, you didn't correct him, did you? Why?
Because he said I can't do 8 before that. He said I don't
Why
have.
didn't you say I'm not asking to borrow?
Because he said I'll slide you.
Let me have your text,
Yeah,
please.
he said I'll slide you.
I understand, sir.
Slide you.
I
and
understand, sir.
He didn't say I'll let you borrow.
I understand, sir.
So
Get
I
the
went
page
off what
that
was
you
already
on, sir.
said.
Give it back to him. I don't know who you think you're talking to, sir. I will outwit you
So,
1,000
right here.
times and
Right here.
interpret. I've been trained to
So
do
no,
this.
hold on. It's
What you read, where he
Right
said 8,000, where the 8,000 first came up, and there was a word borrow to it. I remember you mentioned we are looking to borrow 8,000. Get out of here. Your judgment is granted. Who do you think you're playing with? I told you, you insult my intelligence.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $4,000.
Brothers have any final words for each other?
Come here, bro.
no. You stay over there. You stay over there. I'm telling Mama.
Grab your belongings.
Yeah,
Head
me
out.
first.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.